Well, we should get started, everyone. Thank you so much for
Okay.
coming to our Pilates class. And I always like to, every now and then, just mix it up a little bit with some yoga. So if we do a really strong core work, then I probably will drop us into a nice stretch for the abdominals. Make sure you have two things. Uh, I'm going to use a blanket to sit on. We'll start seated. And also get a TheraBand. So we'll use those two things and we are ready to go. So I'm going to go sideways and you can stay facing. And I'd like you to slide your feet onto the mat and keeping your feet and your knees and your hips in alignment. Now let's go ahead and take the arms into a little sleepwalk position. You're going to inhale here, softening your shoulders. As you exhale, you start to tuck in and roll down just a little bit. Pause right here, keep the shoulders soft. Inhale, curl all the way up and reach out through those fingertips. So sleepwalk arms, take an inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in, tuck the chin in, tailbone is tucked under, rounding and hold. Now you can hold onto the back of the hamstrings if you wish, but pull the belly in, inhale, roll up, sitting up very tall. Good, couple more times. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, navel to spine, shoulders soft, rolling down a little bit onto the sacrum. Take an inhale. As you exhale, roll all the way up and sit tall. Now this one, we'll go ahead and roll all the way back. So take a deep breath here. As you exhale, we're going to go halfway down. So halfway down and hold. Hold, hold, hold here. Belly is engaged. And go ahead and now grab the back of your legs and let's roll all the way onto our back. Very good. So let's do some Mat Pilates bridging. And since we have our band, let's grab the band. And if you'd like, let's go ahead and just have a little bit of a tail on each side. So we're going to plant those shoulder blades down. Your fingertips are reaching up to the ceiling. You're going to inhale, reach the arms over the top of the head. And depending on the shoulders, maybe you can rest the arms all the way down, maybe not. It doesn't matter. We're just getting really good shoulder stretch. Now as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in. You're going to lift your hips up and at the same time, tuck the chin in. And then we're going to press the band into our quads as you lift through the hips up. So we're feeling that engagement of your quadriceps. Then you're going to start to roll down through the spine. And as you roll down, the arms are going to go over the head. Big, deep breath. As you exhale, pull the navel in. Lift your hips up, chin to the chest. And now the band pushes down and the hands are pushing down towards the floor. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, start to slowly articulate down through the spine as you reach the arms over the top of your head. Big, deep breath. As you exhale, draw the belly in. Press down into your feet as you lift the hips up. Chin comes into the chest. And now press down into those quads. Good. 2 more times. Take an inhale here. Exhale, start to slowly articulate down through the spine. Reaching the arms up and over the head. Big, deep breath. And here's our last one. Exhale. Lift the hips up. Good. And now press the band down into the quads. Good. Now we're going to press up. So drop the hip and press up. Dropping the hips. Press back up. Abs stay really strong. Drop your hips a little bit. Press down in your feet. Lift the hips. Good. Drop the hips just an inch and then lift up. Good. Drop the hips and lift. Little bun squeeze here. You're going to drop the hips and lift. And one more time, drop the hips and lift. Very good. Now go ahead and bring the arms back to sleepwalk and let's roll down through that spine. Beautiful. You're going to just move the band off to the side for now. And hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. So foam pose. So we'll move on to a little more core work. We're going to come into what we call leg arcs or toe taps. So you're going to lift your hips and slide your hands underneath your back. So take one knee at a time into that tabletop position. We'll start by pointing our toes, and we want the knees just a little bit over the hips. And so you want to keep that 90-degree angle. You're going to tap the toe down. You're only moving from the hip joint, and then you're coming back up. So we tap the opposite foot down and then come back up. So we're going to tap for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring both knees up. Let's flex your feet. Now it'll be more of a heel tap. So let's try the heel. Let's tap that down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more set. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Bring both feet down. Let's lift your hips up. Slide the hands away. Bring your arms into a T. And now you're going to take one knee at a time, back up into that table position. And we'll keep the knees, your inner thighs together. I'd like a little cervical nod. And then get the mid back to settle into the floor. Now palms are down. You're going to drop both knees to the right. Your head goes to the left. And then we pull the belly in as we come back to center. And then knees to the opposite direction. And now come back. Good. Knees to the other side. And now come back. And now drop the knees. Other side. Good. And then just kind of go at your own pace. Go side to side, rolling from the mid back and rolling to the side of your hip, back to center, and then rolling to the opposite hip. And this is all very controlled. And I would like to add on what we call an extension. So what we're going to do is we'll do 3 knee drops, and then we're going to pause on the third one, and then you're going to extend the legs out. So I know our legs aren't completely warmed up yet, but extend out just enough that you feel a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so you're going to drop your knees to one side. So here's 3, back to center. Here's 2, pull to center. Now you're going to hold this side, send the legs out, bend the knees, and come back in. Good. Drop the knees to the side. Here's 3, back to center. Here's 2, back to center. Now you're going to hold to the other side. Keep the belly strong. Extend the legs out. Bend the knees. Come back together. Good job. Drop the knees. Head to the opposite direction. Back to center. To the other side. Come back to center. Now you drop just a little bit. You're holding onto the side. Pull the belly in as you extend the legs out. Bend the knees. Come back to center. One more time. Drop the knees to one side. Good. Back to center. To the opposite side. Come back to center. Let's hold right here. Extend the legs and come back to center. Good work. We're going to grab your band. And you want to get your band really wide. We're going to take the band around both feet. So just make sure the tail of the band is even. Have the band between your thumb and your index finger. Now my band is a little slippery, so I'm going to wrap the band around the back of my hand, drop the elbows to the floor, tuck the shoulder blades down, and chin to the chest. Now go ahead and flex your feet. Make sure that'll help keep the band in place. We're going to do what's called a quad extension, and we would do this on the reformer. That's a really nice Pilates machine. But exhale, push out, draw the knees in. Good, push out, abs are on, and push away, knees back in. Good, push out, knees in. Push out for 4, knees in. Push out for 3, knees in. Good. Push out for 2, knees in. And push out 1 more. Good. Knees in. Now we're going to come into frog legs. That just means I'm going to open my feet into a little V shape. My heels are together. And if I'm looking at my feet, it looks a little bit like Mary Poppins, right? You're going to keep those heels glued together. Knees are a little out and over the torso. So think inner thighs here and abdominals. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you push out, but the inner thighs come together, and then you draw the knees in. Push out for 7. Good, knees in. Push out for 6. Knees in. Good, push out for 5. Knees in. Good. Push out for 4. Knees in. Push out for 3. Knees in. Push out for 2. Knees in. And push out 1 more. Very good. Now we're going to add our sleepwalk arms. So the arms are going to go straight up. Okay, so the arms are going to go straight up. This is optional as you push your feet out. So here we go. We're going to reach the arms up and elbows in. Good. Reach up, elbows in. Keep the belly strong. Here's 6. Bring it down. And 5. Good. 4. And 3. Good. 2. And 1. Now those, we're going to do 1 more set, and those we're going to lift the head and chest up. So you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift up for 8 and release. Lift for 7 and release. Lift for 6. Good. Lift for 5. Lift for 4. Lift for 3. You're doing great. Here's 2. And just 1 more. And now release. Good. Bring both knees into your chest. Hug in. Maybe gently rock side to side. And now we'll take the right foot down. Actually, we'll do the crisscross. So let's take the knees over the hips, shin parallel to the floor. Interlock fingers behind the head. So supporting the back of the neck, elbows are wide. You're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to scoop and lift. Elbows out wide, and then right elbow to left knee. And then we're going to switch. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more set. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful job. Let's come in. Let's roll over to our side, and you're going to use your hand to push up. Our kneeling postures. And we're going to lay on our side. And we'll do a little bit of the side leg series, so you can get rid of your blanket. You're going to stretch the arm across your mat and rest your head to the top arm. Let's make sure we stack our hips, and we can take both legs a little bit forward. Knees are stacking and hips are stacking. So we'll rest the hand to the floor. You're going to take the top leg out, and we'll do some small leg raises. So you're going to point and lift, and now flex and lower. Good, point and lift, and flex and lower. Good, point and lift, flex and lower. Good, point and lift, flex and lower. Good, 3 more, point and lift, flex and lower. point and lift, flex and lower. And one more time, point and lift, good, flex and lower. Now we're going to do some little pulses. So we're going to pulse 3, 2, 1, and release. Here's 7, 2, 3, and release. Good. 6, 2, 3, and release. Here's 5, 2, 3, and release. Good. 4, 2, 3, and release. Here's 3, 2, 3, and release. Good job. 2, 2, 3, and release. Last one. 3, 2, 3, and rest. Good. Now go ahead and point the toe. Bring the leg back up even to your hip, and we'll do a little bit of a circle. So you're going to circle the leg, circle it forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more circle. Then we're going to pause and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now flex the foot. We're going to do 2 kicks forward and then our hip flexor stretch. So you're going to kick forward. Good. Stretch it back. Good. Kick forward and stretch back. Good job. Kick forward and now stretch back. 4 more. Kick forward. Stretch it back. Here's 3 and stretch it back. Good. 2 and back, and just one more and stretch it back. Perfect. Now we're going to take both legs out and feet stay together. We're going to lift both legs at the same time. Keep the abdominals pulled in. You're going to lift for 8. Good. 7. Here's 6. 5. Good. 4. 3. Good job. 2. And last one. Very nice. Bend your knees. Now we're going to push up and come into a little mermaid. So we zigzag the legs. And this is just a really great way to work the obliques, but it also is a nice side bend. So arms are out straight. You bend the elbow, bring it down, reach the arm up and over, and then you pop up to the center, grab that ankle and stretch. So inhale, center, exhale, in, reach. Good, pop up to the center. Grab that ankle and stretch the other side. We'll do a few more. Inhale, center, exhale, reach. Good, pop up. Grab that ankle and stretch. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Good. Pop up to center. Grab that ankle and stretch. Last one. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Pop up to the center. Grab that ankle and stretch. Good. Bring the hand down. Let's move the legs to the other side. So we'll start out. Either you can lay your head all the way down to the floor. And stretching that arm out. Good. You can keep the front leg knee bent and the top leg just straight out. So this is like a little platform. Keep your hips stacked, and then we're going to lift that leg up for 8. And it doesn't have to go high. Here's 7. Good. 6. Abs are on. 5. Here's 4. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Now we'll do little pulses. We'll bring the leg up. Small pulses here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now point the toe. Let's circle forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more circle. You're going to pause and reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now flex the foot. You're going to do 2 kicks, so kick, kick forward and swing back. Good. Kick, kick forward and swing back. Kick, kick forward, swing back. We've got 5 more. Kick, kick forward, swing back. Here's 4. Good. 3 and back. Here's 2. And last one. Perfect. Swing it back and pause. Now we'll go ahead. I want you to, we're going to keep both legs together. So both legs straight, feet together. And let's point the toes, pull the belly in, lift the legs up for 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. Here's 4, 3. Good. 2. And last one. Nice job. Bend your knees. We're going to push up and come into our zigzag legs, which is for the mermaid. And ground both sit bones. You're going to bring your arms even to your shoulders. Take an inhale as you exhale, hand to the mat. Reach the arm up and over. Good. Pop up to the center. Grab the ankle and reach. Good. Inhale. Lift the chest. Exhale into your stretch. Pop up to the center. Grab that ankle and stretch. Good job. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach through those fingertips. Pull the belly in when you come up. Grab that ankle and open up the rib cage. Just a couple more times. Inhale, center. Exhale and reach. Good. Pop up to the center. Grab that ankle and stretch. And here's our last one. Inhale, center. Exhale and reach. Good. Pop up to the center. Grab that ankle and stretch. Nice work. Bring the hand down. Now we're going to bring our feet around. And we'll do a little bit of our arm work. So we're going to go ahead. Bring your feet together and your knees together. Take your band around both feet. And we'll come into our first piece of arm work, which would be our bicep curls. Again, I'm going to wrap my band around the back of my hand to have a very good grip. My palms are up. I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to scoop and roll back. So either come into a roll back or stay tall. All right, if you can't hold the abdominals strong throughout the whole thing, then please come back up to a tall seated position. So you're going to scoop, roll back. Here we go. Bicep curl for 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, shoulders soft, 2, and 1. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more set. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Arms straight, roll all the way up, sit tall. So we're going to cross our band, come into our rhomboids. So again, the elbows are going to be out this time, right? And the palms are down. You're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to scoop and roll back. Elbows come out and shoulder blades come together for 8. Abs are on. 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, 3. Here's 2. And 1. Second set. It's 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and one more set. Here's 8, 7, good, 6, 5, here's 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good job, roll all the way up. Now we're gonna straighten the legs. Again, if you'd like to, sit on your blanket, you're welcome to take that blanket, take the time. We're gonna do our triceps. So you're gonna keep the band around the little toe, pinky toe and the big toe mound, flex the feet. You're gonna walk your hands towards the end of your band. And you're gonna lean slightly forward as you pull the belly in and keep the neck long, like the spine. And you're gonna push straight back for 8, 7, here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, second set, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, shoulders soft, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, last set. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Ooh, good work. All right, so let's get rid of your band. Let's come into a seated position. And let's stretch out your arms. So sitting tall, let's take your arm back, reach it back as far as you can. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the arm across the chest, bringing your chin to that shoulder. Very good. One more breath. And now let's release that arm. Let's take the opposite arm, open up that shoulder and chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the arm across and chin to that shoulder. Deep breaths. Very good. Let's release both hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And now drop the hand to the middle of your back, stretching your tricep. Very good. Last breath. Not very last breath, but last breath holding our stretch. Reach both arms up. Take the opposite arm to the middle of the back and stretch the tricep. Very good. One more full breath. Bring your hands down. Let's inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to namaste. And one more time, fingertips down. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for Pilates and yoga. You did an awesome job.